Hello, it's Harnas here, and welcome back to LOTD2. In today's episode, we are in Group C, and we've got on one side Panty and Stocking by Lily. So, quite an unusual design. I think it is supposed to be looking like stockings and pants, but to me it more looks like some spiders, or I don't know, some water creatures. And these are surface skimmers with some ramming claws, and they are armed with APS gun. So I think this is 6 times 200 mils, it looks like, or close to that. So they are filled with engine and guns. And the other one, I think it's got a similar gun, but in addition to that, it also has some rockets. So these are, I think, small ones. Yes, small rockets, quite short one. I think they are HE. Okay, so are they going to be agile enough in this battle? And let's have a look at the other side. So we've got here a submission from Ipsok, and this is actually a loafing. So this is a very quick rusher. It tries to snake in very quickly towards the enemy, deliver the crumb shell. It's also armed with small caliber IPS and revolutionary revolving cannon called rockets, I think. So yeah, I wonder how rushing those spiders is going to end up. And of course, the slightly bigger craft, not sure if it's actually worth more material, but looks bigger, is this one. Yeah, it's just simply a big boat built of rather cheap material with a large turret and 3 APS guns. I think each barrel shoots a little bit different ammunition, if I remember correctly. We'll find out soon. So this is going to stay back. Okay, so without any further ado, let's start the battle. Okay, looks like the incoming fire is missing towards Ipsok design. Rockets just falling short. I think they launched a little bit too early because this craft was actually rushing forward. Again, some missing shots, but I think some of the shells actually landed on one of the crafts. It is weaving back and forth, but these crafts are not really that fast, so I don't think that they are very good at dodging. Okay, we can see the crown shell. Okay, just barely missing, just blackens a little bit of alloy here. Okay, let's see what effect rushing will have. Is it going to land? It was very close. I think that Ipsok is using a timed shell. Okay, it definitely did draw some fire, and some fire is landing, but the rushing craft, the loafing, is still holding. Okay, looks like a significant damage was delivered to this yellow craft. The pink one is still okay, but I think it lost. Yeah, it lost AI because it's going to. No, that one lost AI, and that one lost AI as well. All right, so that was a pretty solid beating by Ipsok. So congrats. That was a really nice rush. It's usually in this kind of battles, kiting away typically is considered more powerful. So anything that rushes forwards and seeks the battle is really worth an additional applause. So congrats for that. All right, let's move to the Group D now and run another battle. Okay, so we are back, and the second battle is in Group D this time. So on one side we've got Abject Failure by Dragonslayer. So here's a main craft. It's one of the biggest, I think, craft in the competition, I think. It's quite tanky. It's got APS guns, also a set of torpedoes, and some small cannons just for fun of it. Yeah, maybe just to increase the weapon count, so forcing the enemy to maybe target it. I'm not sure. Okay, so this is going to for sure go forward, and this guy is going to stay back and shoot even more torpedoes. So looks like Dragonslayer really put all or most of the eggs into the torpedo department basket. There is also some flare, but I don't think that anything here in a tournament actually is using infrared. Okay, so let's look on the other side, and here we've got OMS submission, so not the board you are looking for, sorry, and please no, so two identical flying boats or skimming boats. Yeah, really like the look of them, and they are armed with two weapons actually. So they've got remote controlled medium missiles with thumper head and explosives, quite dangerous, and of course the beloved cram mortar. So I'm not sure if it's really very big, the mortar itself, but yeah, cram cannon nowadays is quite powerful for the cost, that's for sure. Okay, the second craft looks pretty much the same. So without any further ado, let's start the battle, and immediately the remote controlled missiles have been fired, and the return fire is also going, the torpedoes. All right, 3 landed, 1 missed. Okay, and exploded right now. Yeah, there was some damage, but nothing too spectacular. And let's look at the return fire. I think that, yeah, there was definitely, quite a significant clip. I'm not sure if that was torpedo or anything else, but yeah, this one lost stability. I think this is the weak point of the design. So if the prop area, the hydrofoil area gets hit, it can actually drop on its back. It's not really good. And just one of the craft just ate a torpedo, but the missiles are doing some additional work here, and I think that, yeah, this ate at least 2 cram mortar shots, and this boat is not really too agile, so it didn't have too much trouble. The cram mortars didn't have too much trouble hitting it, and of course the missiles, the majority of those missiles also hit. So yeah, the abject failure itself is at 67%, so it's close to despawn, and the shitty onager is approaching. Okay, shooting countermeasures and still harassing with those torpedoes. But yeah, the main problem here with Ohm's design is the stability and the cram motor, which is set to high only, will only shoot in a high arc. So the only time it's going to be shoot if it's at least 90% degrees, maybe like that or even more, because it would not elevate higher typically the mortar. So it needs to be at least a bit pointing up. But yeah, this one maybe will recover, I'm not sure. That one is trying, but again it's doing some dolphin jumps. I believe that it really didn't like those torpedoes. They really knocked them off. Destabilized it. And yeah, but overall, actually Ohm's design winning here. So 74% points remaining for Dragonslayer and 87 for Ohm. So it should still be a victory for Ohm. But the point difference at this time would not be that big. Okay, those rockets, they are really doing some work. This is a tanky boat. But torpedoes are also being shot, and I don't really think that there is any torpedo countermeasures on Ohm's boats. Yeah, nothing is launched really, so it's eating them. Okay, but the boat is back to vertical position, so these mortars can still potentially be able to shoot, but it looks like they are offline. And this missile turret is yeah, it's auto-firing arc, but actually very wisely the rockets are shoot upwards, so it doesn't matter, you can actually shoot from behind the superstructure. Really good move here, very wisely made. And yeah, that was a point-blank attack on the onager. And some ram. Okay, it's just missed. Okay, but yeah, that's it. So actually the battle was not really decided. However, the big craft of Dragonslayer was actually despawned, was managed to be killed. So only 29% remaining for Dragonslayer, and Ohm is victorious with 81% of health points remaining. So okay, that's it. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next episode.